What's the crack? You're watching the Labtv. I'm Bubba Shakespeare. I'm here with Minnie Marley, and she is decent. What's the crack?
The crack.
Are you calm?
There's nothing. Yeah, I'm calm.
Yeah,
I'm calm.
boy.
I'm all G.
I'm down with the words. Woo. Words
Down
are
with the word
decent.
calm. It's calm. Everything's calm.
Calm.
We're calm here.
Do I have to say calm or can I say calm?
No, you have to say calm. You have to say it like that.
Calm.
Yeah, calm.
Calm down, like.
Yeah. How you doing?
Calm.
I'm calm. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm calm.
Alright. Now you say I'm decent, boy.
I'm decent, boy.
Oh, tell him. So, Minnie, tell the people what you do.
I'm an artist, lyric writer, model, and actress. Upcoming. Aspiring. That's it.
Alright. Good luck. Thanks very much. That was a great interview. I'm joking. So tell us about your music project that you're doing. I was watching your interview on the K-Lounge. Yeah. It's pure tone, but.
Well, I'm working on my first original album. I've always been gigging and singing and stuff, but this is the first time I've decided to do something original of my own. And I will be going to Africa, actually. There's new news. I'll be going to Africa for 2 weeks just for work. I'll be singing and I'll be meeting producers and stuff over there, and hopefully do a few shows and a few radio interviews over there as well. Dates are not out yet. I just received the phone call like last week.
Wow, that's exciting. So, are you excited?
Yeah, I am.
That's class.
I've never been to Africa for 14 years, so it'll be an experience of a lifetime.
Back to the roots, back.
Back to the roots.
Woo! Yes. Can you speak African?
No, African. African is not a language.
I know that. I know.
Time out, Baba. Time out.
I know that. I know. Can you speak an African language is what I meant to say.
An African language. No, I can't.
No?
No, I can't speak my native language. I'm supposed to know how to speak Zulu, but I can't. Or Afrikaans, at least. I'm South African.
Yeah.
And I can't speak neither.
Does that make you sad?
Fluent English, that's all.
Does it make you sad?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah?
I've been here for so long that I don't know how to speak my language.
Do you think that is part of an identity that you need to discover about yourself?
Yes, I do feel like it is. I do feel like it is a part of my identity that I need to fulfill. Unfortunately, I will not be going to South Africa when I go to Africa. I'll be going to Nigeria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be exciting as well, won't it?
It will. It'll be kind of, I don't know. I'm scared.
What are you scared of?
I don't know. Fuck her up. I don't want to get kidnapped like the 200 girls that went missing. I don't want any of that happening to me.
Tell me this now. I was watching the K-Lounge interview that you did, and you talked about wanting to bleach your skin white at one stage.
Oh, yeah. That.
Why was that?
That was because I didn't love myself, and I wasn't proud of my skin. I wasn't proud of being black, being brown, being so full of melanin.
Yeah.
And I think that was mostly because I was surrounded mostly by white people. Because I'm adopted, so my father is black. My father's white. My biological father is black, obviously, but my father is white, and he is like the closest person to me. So being around him so much, and my older brother as well, my older stepbrother is white, and it's just eventually you kind of just
be asking yourself what? Hang on a second.
Yeah, instead of asking, just want to be white.
Yeah.
Instead of asking why am I black, you just want to be white. Or
it's kind of like if there's like a red apple in a family of green apples.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, why am I a red apple?
Yeah, yeah.
So it was a bit of an identity thing for you. Right?
It was an identity thing, you know. It's like, do you ever see them weird documentaries about like children who spent most of their times with animals, and then eventually they start, what is it called? Something children. Feral children or something like that.
I don't know, but they start mimicking the animals.
Yeah, they start mimicking the animals. What you're surrounded by, you start mimicking.
You become
pretty much. So yeah. So I became.
Do you find that kind of made it? Did you find it hard to fit in? So, if that was the case.
Or
did you fit in regardless?
I did fit in regardless. Funny enough, when I started surrounding myself with more people of same color skin as me, I found it hard to interact with them. It was easier for me to interact with people of white race than black race.
Really?
Yeah.
Suppose because that's what you grew up with, innit?
Yeah.
Like a kid who got raised by a family of bears finds it hard to interact with
Well,
kids.
yeah.
Sees a bear and he's like,
Yeah,
"Alright, bear, okay, man,
yeah,
it's a sturdy bear. Hold your
yeah.
way."
But I'm happy now. I found myself, and actually, like, my dad shut that down fast. As soon as he found out that I was thinking about bleaching myself and all those things, he shut that down fast. That man told me I was black, and he made me proud of who I am, because he made me realize that this was my skin color and this is who I am. And no matter what I do, even if I change my color, I'm still black. Like, I'm still, that doesn't change the fact that I'm black.
I personally think on the outside it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. That's the thing. It doesn't even matter. So you should be able to look beyond that.
Even and in the same kind of a topic or subject, I used to look after a kid in a wheelchair, and he used to say that he had an identity crisis because people would see the wheelchair and not him.
Yeah.
And it's the same kind of a thing.
I felt like that happened though, because there would be times when me and my father would go for dinner. We had a routine. Every Sundays we'd go to dinner in a restaurant, and just to bond, father-daughter time. And people would look at us strangely just because of the fact that we're both of different skin colors. And like, sometimes there'd be people who actually would say smart things, like for instance, my father has been mistaken for my boyfriend at one point. And my father is an elderly man. Like, he has white hair. I know I've got white hair too, but
that was a choice though.
That was a choice, you know what I mean? But he's been misunderstood for my boyfriend. People have actually we've had to go to police stations at one point because he was receiving threats from black adult people, thinking that he's doing or assaulting me or something like that just because of my skin color. They refuse to look beyond the fact that the relationship was not explicit, that it was
platonic. It was father-daughter, like.
Yeah, it was father-daughter relationship.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Do you find that has given you any, that kind of thing? Do you think that's given you any insecurity right now in your personal life?
No, it hasn't, but it did play a huge part in the whole bleaching process, because in my head things would have been so much easier for me if we were of same skin tone, or at least close to same skin tone.
You know that there's a theory that I like to apply to my life or think about, is that before you're born, you choose the family that you grew up in. You choose the family that you're born into, or you choose the family that you're not born into but adopted into, because you have something to teach them and they have something to teach you. So obviously, before you were born, if this is true, you chose to be in that family, and he chose for you to be there too. Because you've spiritual work to do to each other.
Yeah.
Especially in Ireland at that time, because Ireland is a small bit behind in the times and not used to difference.
Yes, we are behind in Ireland in the times. People are not used to this. People are just getting used to seeing black, like, kids with white families. I mean, we're just getting half-caste kids are just coming up now. It's a new thing. It's a new race. It's a new time.
It's good though. It's because it's making us progress and have conversations like this and think outside the box and have less fear.
Yeah.
The reason I think most of the silly stuff around that would exist is just out of fear of the unknown.
Yeah, it is fear of the unknown. It is fear of the unknown.
But we're in a position now where we can actually use the fear, or not use the fear of the unknown, but use this platform as well to tell people that underneath skin color, or underneath whatever you look like, or whatever disability you have, is still just an energy and a soul. And the outer appearance doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Even if you were to think of it as someone who thinks they're beautiful and someone who's ugly. Yeah. That doesn't matter also. Yeah. It looks like it does, but it doesn't, because at the end of the day, that fades.
Like, I come from South Africa. I feel like Ireland and South Africa, I feel like Ireland is soon going to be like the mini version of South Africa, like a melting pot, because we do have like different cultures and a lot of different types of people here. And I feel like it's really important for people to like love themselves and like come together because of the amount of cultures and different races and different things that we have going on here in Ireland. Like, I feel like we should just join together, Like South Africa, there's white people, there's Indians, there's everything. There's Chinese people where I come from. Like, I never got told that I was black until I came to this country.
Oh wow, yeah. I've never been told I was white. Just realizing that.
You see?
I know what you mean.
You know,
You don't think
what I
about
mean?
it.
You don't think, it just never crosses your mind, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, in where I come from is just a melting pot of people. Everybody's a different color. And color is not something that's mentioned.
You don't notice it, I suppose.
You don't notice it. No, you
'cause you're
don't
used to
notice it.
Maybe so, maybe not
Like,
so.
my best friend growing up, my first friend that I ever had as a child in South Africa was of white skin color. But we never, like, she didn't know or think that I was black, or I never thought that, oh, she's white.
Yeah.
We were just
Oh, that's
both
her.
people, and
Yeah.
we're both, you know, humans.
Well, do you know what? Maybe that's why you chose to grow up in the family you grew up with before you were born. So Ireland can get to that place.
Yeah.
Because I think the only purpose of life really is to evolve and grow, and situations occur so we can evolve and grow.
Yeah.
And Ireland is becoming a melting pot now for
It
that to
is
happen.
becoming a melting pot. I think it's a beautiful thing if we embrace it the right way.
It really is. Like,
Yeah.
I can even see the change in my own mother as well. Like,
Yeah.
my mum is a lovely, lovely woman, full of love, but has that fear of difference as well.
Yeah.
She when Polish people started coming to Ireland first, it was hilarious. Like,
Yeah, my dad kind of still pulls, kind of.
it was so funny.
Yeah.
It's like my mum was like, she'd say things now. It's kind of sweet as well because she doesn't mean any harm. She'd say,
they've taken all the jobs.
no, not well. You'd hear that as well, which is retarded. Like, what are you on about? Like, the jobs you don't like. But she'd say, I was talking to Marius today, and he's Polish, but he's lovely.
But he's lovely.
Yeah. And you're like, you don't need to say,
but he's lovely.
but he's lovely, or that he's Polish. Like, I mean, I understand why you're saying it, because it's your first time talking to someone who isn't Irish. Like, fair enough.
Yeah.
And do you know what? Fair play to you for doing it, even though you were probably afraid. Like, and she still did it. I'm like, that makes you a good person.
Yeah,
man.
it does. It does.
You're discovering that difference doesn't mean scary.
And yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I feel like if parents start to do that, then children will do it as well.
100%. 100%.
Like, it's up to us to embrace, or to we are role models of the younger youths and stuff. Because what we do, they're gonna mimic.
Exactly.
If I say, oh, Polish people are taking all the jobs, if I have a child, my child's gonna hear that, like, in school, if they have a friend or whatever, they're gonna think, oh, you guys are taking all the jobs. My parents don't like you. I don't like you. Yeah. That's not like.
Exactly. I remember somebody giving out to me about all the Polish taking the jobs at the time they came over, and I was thinking, you know what? They're doing the jobs that you actually don't want to do yourself.
They are. They work hard. Shout out to the Polish people working out.
Go on, kid.
Do work.
Chest.
They work
Polski.
really hard. They can work multiple jobs as well, and not one job. They can have 2, 3, 4.
And they were like, sorry, I can't come out tonight. I have to work.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime.
Anytime.
How about tomorrow? No, I am working. Okay. In the evening?
Working.
No, I am working. Sorry. All right, so fair enough. He's out. That's we just call him Work. That's his nickname. Hello. All right, Work. How are you? What's the crack, boy?
Yeah.
It's a great old thing, but really, all it is really in everything, no matter what you look like, all it is just people.
Yeah.
We're just people.
We're just people.
Underneath that, then we're just energies.
Yeah.
I'm starting to look at the world in terms of just energy now.
Yeah, that's the same as me. I'm not a religious person. I don't believe in Christian and all these things, but I do believe in energy and the earth, like the trees, the water. I believe like everything is connected. We're all connected at the end of the day, So I don't feel like anything that's trying to separate that is right.
I think what separates that is just the ego and our ideas of what life actually is.
Like, we're too disconnected with life. In general, we're all here, but nobody's living.
We're not in the present moment. I think we're living in the past, our future, and in the wrong ideas.
The wrong ideas, definitely.
Because ideas are embedded in your subconscious through your experiences of when you were a child.
Mm-hmm.
So if your ideas of life are given to you by someone who's never thought outside the box,
yes, people.
How are you supposed to?
Yeah.
You know what
That's
I mean?
Ireland, though. A lot of people don't think outside the box. And that's why it's really hard for articulate people to be recognized in Ireland, because people are not thinking outside of the box,
And you seem a little crazy sometimes if you're.
You seem a little crazy. I remember going to school if I had like some high tops or some crazy shoes on, it's like, why do you have those shoes on? What are those? You know, those are weird.
What are those?
Yeah, they're not weird. Just because you don't have them, they're not weird. I never said your shoes were weird. So I don't see why you should think mine are weird. Because I never thought of that yours.
But you know what? It's good that you existed in that situation because it seems to me like you're supposed to be a shining light. And difference exists to shine a light on something. And even though it sounds like a small thing, you're wearing different shoes. Yeah, it's still different though, and it still represents them. They still have to come and question it. So them question it, then they'll go, what are you doing that for?
Yeah.
And you go, because I like it. Oh, okay, fair enough. And then they go off and think about it, and they go, then they'll come back
and they'll have the same shoes. They'll have the same thing as you, you know?
Because what they've realized is that person is doing what that person likes. Maybe I should do what I like. I mean, that person seems happy, so I'm going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'll follow that.
Yeah.
And what it really is we just want to be happy.
Yeah.
And if you look different to the rest of the people, then the people will assume if this person looks like me, right, but this person isn't happy, and neither am I. This person looks a little bit different, so I must investigate it. What are you? Why are you like that?
Yeah.
You seem to be okay. You have answers. You know something. I'm going to get the same jacket as you because you have an answer. Okay. And then they come back with the jacket and then start talking to you again. And then they discover you're actually okay. You're actually nice.
Yeah.
I actually like you. You're like, yeah, I like you too. Yay. I just like to wear different shoes.
And everybody's happy.
Woo, woo. I got the same thing growing up, big time.
Yeah?
Oh, 100%.
You know, people asking you, what is this, what is that?
What are you wearing this for? What are you wearing that for?
What is that about?
Why are you wearing a hat? I'm like,
I don't care what you're wearing. You should care about what I'm wearing. Like,
I made a skit about my experience of growing up, and this skit was pretty much a radio show, right? And it was called Jesus FM. No, not Jesus FM. It was called something FM, something funny anyway. And in the skit, I was talking about what I used to hear people say about me. And I heard one old woman say before, "Look at that young fella wearing red pants. He's wearing red pants." She was really put out. I was just...
Why is he wearing the red pants though?
I was like, is that real? Did she really say that? Is that real? It's just a pants that's red. Why is that sparking a person? Why is that making your brain go nuts?
If you noticed, like, well, when I was in high school, I went to an all-girls school, so I got to see more of the trends thing, the whole, everybody dressed the same. If a shop got hairbands, everybody in the school had those hairbands. If a shop got shoes, like, everybody in the school had those shoes. There was just maybe 5 or less people that you would catch with something on different.
Yeah.
Without the hairband or without those shoes. Otherwise, everybody else was the same. I don't know. There's a fear of being different in Ireland. I don't know what it is. There's a fear of being yourself in Ireland.
You know, I was only thinking of this the other day. And, you know, the country is only relatively free a short period of time.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of... there's been war in the country.
Yeah, I feel that people are still enslaved in their minds.
Exactly. And they're still feeling unworthy.
No. I've never had a racist taxi man. I don't think taxi drivers are lovely. I've always got lovely taxi drivers. They talk. I've had a taxi driver who asked me if my lips are real. That's about as far as it went.
That was my next question.
Yes, they are real.
Oh.
You're 100% real. I'm sorry, Angelina Jolie. I'm gonna steal Brad Pitt from you.
We have to get a close up of her lips.
Close up.
Go on, quick, get in. Woo! Lips are decent, babe. I'll tell you, I got a racist taxi man once.
Really?
It was very awkward.
How? How did you get a racist taxi man?
He wasn't racist towards me, he was racist towards black people.
Oh,
it was so annoying.
That's awkward.
It was really awkward. Because I got in and then he started ranting about some... It was a black taxi man in front of him or behind him, I can't remember. But he took a job and he started giving out. I was like, "Why are you giving out about?" He goes, "Those black taxi people, they're always taking the jobs." I said, "I hope that you're not saying that just because he's a black man." Like, he goes, "Well, they're all the same." I was like, "Hey, wait a minute. I'm not going to pay you to hear you be racist." Like,
yeah.
I said, "You do know that we all came from Africa. We all came from. We were all black at one stage."
Yeah, I think like I've the racism that I've received is not really indirect or anything. You'd get things like, oh, um, like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, they'll say, like, someone will say something, and then like, do you understand what I'm saying? Do you need me to slow down, kind of like for you, like as if I can't speak English or something. Do you know?
What?
Yeah, that's kind of the kind of racism I would receive mostly, or like did you get used to the weather or something like that, and you after telling this person that you've been here, like I've been here for 14 years, which is most of pretty much all my life almost, and you still get someone asking you, do you understand what I'm saying, or do you need me to slow down for you, like when I'm talking. It's like, I do understand, I speak English perfectly fine, thank you.
So do you understand what I'm saying? Do you
That
need me to
is not the way we solve situations.
Do you need me?
though.
No, it's not. No. Do you
No.
need me to slow down?
No.
So the other question I want to ask you is: have you gotten used to the weather?
but don't try me. Turn off the cameras, please.
We gonna fight. Oh, we gonna fight.
I don't need any evidence.
Oh damn! I'd like to say to people as well is that anyway, like obviously, I think the people who watch the show anyway aren't racist. But if you know someone that is, it's okay to tell them not to be as well. You know, it's all right to speak up because that's what it requires.
Yeah.
You know, we want the world to be a peaceful place for everybody.
Yeah.
And the only way we can achieve that is be peaceful with it too, because you can't achieve it by getting aggressive. You have to be calm and peaceful with each other.
Calm, yes.
And understanding. You need to understand why a person would say something that way. You know, I mean, for yourself, it would be kind of annoying because you have to take responsibility for other people's ignorance.
Yeah.
Because you know better.
Yeah.
And they don't know better. So, I mean, it's kind of a hard thing to have on your shoulders, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it is. It is like, I mean, I'd say it's gonna get better. I mean, it was only that bad for us because of our generation. But I think like the new generation are used to interacting. They know that black people speak English. They're not gonna go and ask a black person. Or I think it's the older generation actually that does it. It's not even the new. It's not even kids that do it. It's grown adults, uneducated people. Because if someone tells you they're from South Africa, you should automatically know that this person knows how to speak English. If you're an educated person, you should know that South African people speak English. And most African people speak English. But people are not educated, and I don't know if that's the education system's fault or what's the dilemma for that.
I think that only stemmed from the Catholic Church's power over the country.
Yeah.
And people's inability to question things outside themselves. And also, at one stage in Ireland, there was only Irish people here.
True.
Which wasn't that long ago.
True. But Ireland's supposed to be a Gaeltacht or whatever country. I mean, but you don't see people coming out from other countries and coming in here and asking an Irish person, do you know how to speak English? Yeah, do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Cut that out.
We speak English here. We don't speak Irish. Do you know?
Yeah.
It's not spoken.
It's not. I can speak Irish fluently, but I've learned.
Tatu.
Tama gamak fair. I will good.
Or is it? Nil.
That would blow someone's mind if you started talking to them in Irish. If you got, it'd be class. If you got into a racist taxi, if you got into a racist taxi and your man is chatting away, giving out na baklashin na kara tashi kakador. Don't mind that, my friend. It's all right. And he'd be like, Jesus. Yeah. See, I'm Irish, son.
He's Irish, and he's after teaching me some Irish. Girl, mock up for that now.
Oh, calculator, please. I have a friend who is Chinese, Caucasian, I call him. Yeah. And I did experience a moment of racism when I was hanging out with him.
Yeah.
And I was kind of sad. It really hurt my soul.
Chinese people do go through racism, though. I feel like Asian people in general go through racism because everybody thinks Asian people are Chinese when they're not.
Well,
it's the same as here, most people think every black person is Nigerian and they're not. You know, it's kind of like that.
And we also think that every Eastern European person is Polish.
Yeah, and they're not. We do. We
Whoops.
forget about everybody else. There's the Slovakians, Lithuanians. There's
What
other...
is it there? So what? So I think that
I don't know.
requires.
Like I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with us.
You know what?
What's
I
wrong with
think
humans?
what that requires is for us to slow down and choose to ask a person where they're from first and get to know them first and show them that respect.
Yeah, definitely.
If we can take time to slow down with everybody and go, where are you from? What you doing? And how are you?
Yeah, definitely.
And then respect all those three things.
Yeah,
We've been moving
I
forward.
think that adults need to start doing it first, so that they are role models for their children. Like, people like my father. I mean, I shout out to him. Like, shout out to him for being so open minded, because he speaks about the times when he traveled to London with his mom. His mom had nothing but a plastic bag, and they went to London, and there was signs saying no blacks and no Irish.
Yeah.
My dad's Irish, and he couldn't get a job because he was Irish, and the black man couldn't get a job because he was black. So when he sees in Ireland somebody being racist towards anybody, he thinks that it's just ridiculous for an Irish person to be feel like they're superior to someone else.
That's a
because
beautiful
of
message,
race.
Minnie. Actually, that's a great thing to remind people of.
So
That we're essentially the blacks of Europe. That's what they call us.
yeah.
Yeah. We couldn't get a job because we were Irish.
Yeah.
So, I mean, okay, some people who live now didn't experience that, but
Yeah, my father experienced that, and
my friend experienced it in Australia.
yeah.
He was told get out of the pub. He said, your man said, get out of this pub, you green. Friend was like, what? And he laughed. He goes, I thought he was joking. And he said it again a few times. Made him get out. He was like, oh my God, I didn't know how to react. That's never happened before in my life. And he goes, luckily though, I was friends with a load of Maoris, big Maori guys, and they came into the pub, about 6 or 7 of them, and said to the bartender, he's with us. And then the bartender goes, okay.
Gosh.
So he had a success.
Why would Australian people be doing that?
I have no idea.
Oh.
I don't know. That was a shock. I was like, oh, that hurt my feelings, even though I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Hurt my feelings. I was called the N word once for rapping.
Oh.
Yeah. I thought that was the most ignorant thing I was ever called in my life. I was really offended. I was like,
Just dropped your lump.
I was like, wow, man, that is horrible. Get out of my face.
Get out of my face.
Well, he was really in it, and I was like, oh my God, that's my face. Get out of my face. Don't be in it, man. I need some peace. Peace and love. Minnie, do you have any final message to give to the people before we say good luck and thank you and before you perform a tune?
Peace and love. That's all we need. We need love. That's all it takes. I feel like people just need to love. They need to find a way to truly love. Love yourself first. In order for you to be able to love other people, you have to love yourself first. If you're not happy with yourself, and you're not gonna be happy like with other people, you're not gonna be happy loving other people. If you're not happy loving yourself, there's a problem. So love yourself in order to love others, and be true to you. Be proud of who you are. You don't have to be anything else. And that's it. Embrace it. Embrace life. Embrace people. Don't be negative.
Yeah.
Be positive.
Tell him.
Forget Donald Trump.
Tell him. Don't mind the old Donald Trump. He'd be grand. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. We are the Labtv. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and look at our Facebook page as well, because you're all class. For daily messages about how class you are, come and check out our interviews. Oh yeah. And don't forget that you are class. Love is all you need. So be the change that you want to see in the world. And when you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, I am fucking class, because you are. And keep saying it until you don't have to tell yourself anymore.
Beautiful.
I'm beautiful. Oh yeah.